Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hi. I've had this skeleton that I've made out of a silicone mold with resin for a while. I've had it stuck in a coffin, not knowing what to do with it. So I decided to break his arms and legs because I want him in a position that's not natural to the actual mold. So yeah, there's that. I've got some polymer clay, just your bog standard Sculpey white. And it is white, it's really nice white. And I'm using this farty little roller because I can't put my hand on my big one. I don't know where it's gone. It'll be somewhere right in front of my eyes and I just can't see it. So I did actually think, oh, try a bottle, but the bottle kept being too squishy, so that didn't work. So I went back to the farty little roller, which is ridiculous really, because I end up taking it to pieces and put it on like in a jigsaw anyway, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm covering it completely in the polymer clay. I want to make it as smooth as possible, and you'll see it comes up and down now and again because it's not sticking to the wood. But you know when you put it in the oven, a lot of people use I won't say bake and bond, but I've got a bottle. I've never even opened it because every time I put something in the oven, it's worked out fantastic. And it loves to stick to wood without any adhesive. Ooh, big word for me today. So yeah, I'm trying to make it flat and as smooth as possible because this is going to be like a heart-shaped coffin. In my head, it is anyway. So I'm trying to replicate like the padding that you might get in a coffin. Um, so you know the like a big square pads and the little buttons that goes in between. Well, I've made them like little dimples rather than buttons. And I'm trying to fit this in as best I can without having to get any more, just because I know I'm going to have to cut quite a bit off. So I'll use the same piece over and over again. Because I don't want it too thick, because I'm going to put another layer on the bottom and the top. So if you make it too thick in the oven, it could take a while to cook. And I want to put it all in at once. And I will be doing it slow and low. You have the instructions on the packet, and most of the time I follow that. But if I'm going to put polymer clay onto anything other than itself, like plastic or wood, then I'll do it lower and slower, so then it doesn't burn. I also put a tent over it with foil, because I have a habit of forgetting that I'm cooking the blooming thing. So that gives me an extra barrier against being burnt. And I did not burn it. Honestly, I did not burn it. Yay! Which wouldn't have mattered if I had, because I've done it several times and it's never been an issue, because I'm painting over the top. A lot of people use different colours, but I just find this white is absolutely brilliant because you can paint it afterwards and you can use whatever colour you want, make your own colours, and you can dry brush it and give it texture, shine. You can do absolutely anything to this plain clay. I love it. Um, this is a collab for Bloody Valentine, and it's with April at Dragons in Dresses Sortium. Got my teeth in there. And there'll be a playlist in the description box, so you can binge watch everybody's creations. When she put this up, I was like, hell yeah, because I like creepy stuff. Most of you'll know that I do like creepy stuff. Creepy and cute. I'm an enigma. um, this ruler came with the needle felt and stuff that I've got, and so I just use that to measure out my squares, just quick simple squares. You're not going to see the top bit or the bottom bit. In fact, you're not going to see most of it because the skeleton will be there too, but it is there for the background. So it gives it something else, not just a plain background. And this is basically my head, my weirdo head. As soon as the collab thing came up, it was like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And I hunted through my drawers and I thought, aha, that's exactly what I need. See, I've got a drawer full of wooden bits. Just cheap stuff that I pick up whenever I see them and just add to my collection. I collect far too much stuff. But yeah, I think the wood and I nearly said plasticine, not plasticine. The wood and the clay really work well together. And I made those lines a bit thicker on the back because it just wasn't doing it for me. Now, the legs, I'm going to cross the feet at the bottom. It looks right, if that makes sense. It fits the shape of the heart better. That's why I broke his legs and stuff. So I could do it how I wanted to have him sat. And I've just indented just so I know where roughly I'm putting him. And yep, I have my Grinchy on. It's blooming freezing. And I'm rolling out some more clay because now I want to make like blood drip marks from the top and the bottom. And I stick them on top. I put the wood on the top so I can score around it, see what how big I need it to be. And this nail file's it's had it. No good as a nail file anymore. But as a crafting implement, it's awesome. I have used this nail file on absolutely everything except for my nails, which is odd because that's what it's a nail file. Yeah. So I'm putting this on now, and now you can see that it's blood drips. And yes, everything is still the same colour because I'm going to paint it all. And UV resin it from a kit. We know the mini makes, mini something or others. It looked like a Sunday dinner, and I couldn't resist it. It was on offer, and it was like dirt cheap, so I thought I'll have a go at that. So yeah, I've got a roast dinner on a plate with a fork, just sticking in it. But the resin, there was some left, so I thought, I'm not going to waste that. I'm going to use that because it's just the right colour that I need. And you can see me pulling little bits of fluff off. That's off my jumper. It's not just cat hair, it's me too. So now I'm getting ready to do the bottom bit. And I'm just smoothing the top just to make sure it's nice and rounded. It needs to look drippy. It needs to look drippy. I was a bit like me this afternoon. I always look drippy. Usually my morning face is my drippy look. So I've smoothed it out as best I can, and then I need to take out the hole again. In hindsight, I should have done it from the front. But it doesn't matter because it comes out anyway. It's just not very neat. And there you go, took it out. And now I'm using my other tool just to smooth it round, and I then stick my finger in it like I'm making my own tabs. You know, I see people walking around with a finger in their ear. So yeah, put my finger in to make it nice and smooth. And I need to stop saying things like that too, because that sounds really bad. It's my brain again. It's on high alert, being silly. But that's the top bit. So now we need to do the bottom bit. But I also want the bottom bit to have a drip hanging from it. And you'll see me having to faff with it, fight with it, because I know that if I put it in too thin, it's going to droop and it's not going to be how I want it to be. So then I end up looking at it thinking it needs to be a bit thicker. So I make it too big to start with. And then I'd keep folding it over and over just to get it to a decent thickness. I want it to be similar thickness to the actual wood with the play on. So then it's going to be a bit more stable. And it has worked. It's worked a treat, especially with the resin over the top as well. So it's pretty good. And like I said, I've cooked this on low and slow. And I'm sorry I'm off camera. I mean, you can near enough see what I'm doing. I'm trying to make it smaller. And I'm cutting that bit out because it's not quite how I want it to be. But I have to be really careful not to mess the bottom up underneath. And I'm smoothing it out, smoothing it out. I don't really have problems with fingerprints either. I think it's because I'm forever just swiping round it. Look, I've had to fold it again because it's still not quite the shape I need it to be and the thickness I need it to be. So I just keep fiddling it with it until it's right and kind of drop shape. Kind of. It will look more drop shape when I paint it. I'm just smoothing it out, making sure it's all right where I need it to be. And then I shall get some more clay because I'll be needing to make something else. Well, this bit I've realised that actually his head's going to protrude too much. So now I've just made an imprint so I can take this bit out. And besides that, it's not needed because you won't see it for his head. So why waste it? So I'm just smoothing it out again just to make sure it's all nice and neat. And it doesn't take a lot just to make things neat again. It's just a quick swiggle round with me pokey tool. So that's just how I need it to be. It's nice and round at the top. I know where I'm going to put him. And the next bit will be to figure out what he's going to be holding. Now, with it being Valentine's, it's going to be a heart. But it's not going to be a lovey-dovey heart. It's going to be a almost anatomical. Oh, I said it. Wow, go me. Now I can't say it because I said that. It's going to look like a real heart. There you go. Oy, oy, oy. But I just need to make sure it's not too big for the hands. I mean, it's too big for the whole skeleton, but I wanted to see it. I want it to look proper. And I'm rolling out some snakes of clay. So I'm going to make I'm going to say ventricles. But I'm going to say ventricles, and I'm going to say I'm going to do veins and arteries. They might all be the same word. My brain's boggled. Oh, sorry. I yawned then. It's very late. But I'm making sure this fits on nicely, and I am actually looking at a heart on the computer just to see how to sort of do it. And it's not perfect. It's my first time ever doing something that looks more realistic. But I like it. I like it that much that I've actually made a mould of it so I can make more. And I will be using it again in another project because it's ace. In fact, it'll be in tomorrow's project. Yeah, because tomorrow's project is Tracy's collab at Mini Scenes GB. a Valentine collab. So that's going to be awesome too. So keep an eye out for that one. I have made little sort of like little blobs just to do the top bit of the heart, and I'll put little holes in and make it look like they're open, because I want it to look like it's just been ripped out of her chest and is bleeding. So there goes the bloody Valentine bit. These are little stumpy bits, round but stumpy, and I'll put them around the top if it ever comes off my finger. And then these are the ones I'm going to put the little pokey tool in, just to make it look as though they're open. Because like I said, I want it nice and bloody, but I want to make sure they're stuck on too. So I'm just going through with my pointer tool. I don't know what these are called, you know. I have no idea. It's pokey tool, pointy tool, thingy tool, thingamabib, thingamabob. Oh, I don't know. But anyway, I'm just looking for my tiny dot tool. I think this is a dot tool. Yeah, dotting tool. Because I want to put a little bit of texture on it, bit of pitting, and just sort of scoring that side of the heart, and put the holes in, make it all nice and rounded, open it up a bit with the other end. So now they look like they're coming straight from the heart. There's a song there somewhere. Straight from the heart. Don't know what it is, but you never know. Somebody might remember it. And I'm now doing this really, really thinly, because I'm going to put this on as veins across the heart. They are really tiny, and it's a struggle to pick them up at some points. So what I do is I just pick up the whole thing, pull it off when it's got to the certain size I want it to be, and then I shall start again from a different direction, and then smooth them in to make them look more uniformed and more attached, if that's the right way of saying it. Yeah, so it looks all cohesive. Ooh, another big word for me today. But some of these holes I kept squishing with my fingers. If I'd have thought on, I'd have baked it at a certain point and then added again. But I like to just start something and then finish. I can't just leave something to one side. I've no patience, and I need to see things done. I want to see the end result. That's what it is. Because what I can see in my head doesn't necessarily show the outcome, but this did. So there's my heart. I'm trying to show the camera, but yeah, it's quite cool. I like it, and I know this clay is white, but I want it to be whiter, and this paint just lifts it up a bit. And I'm gonna just give it one coat and then a quick wipe round the sides with the white. I don't want it to be too clean, if you know what I mean. I mean, he's a skeleton. He's been there a while. You know, he's rotted. So I will be putting a lacquer wash over it at some point during this. I don't know if I actually put that on camera, but it's just right, I think. And I'll leave you to watch me paint it for a bit and leave you a bit of music.
My bloody valentine, my heart will be for you. It's nestled deep within my chest, but breaks when it's due. holding on to the edge where the shadows grew. In the moonlight serenade, you're my favorite view. Crimson dreams and midnights call your name, sweet refrain. Whispers echo in the hall, can't escape your claim. Tangled in the chords of fate, it's a love so true. Every sigh of fire ignites, my heart bleeds for you. My bloody valentine, these words I'll never rescind. With every heartbeat pounding strong, our souls will always blend. Through the storms that tear us down, in skies of darkest blue. My bloody valentine, my love, it bleeds for you. In the depths of my despair, your kiss becomes my light. Blinding floods of red and gold, our love will win the fight. Scarlet promises we've made under starlit skies. With each tear that falls in vain, a part of my heart flies. Beyond the fields of time and space where memories reside, we'll dance upon the broken glass with passion as our guide. Bleeding hearts may wound but heal, their rhythm never dies. My bloody valentine will reach beyond our cries. My bloody valentine, these words I'll never rescind. These words I'll never lose. With every heartbeat pounding strong, our souls will always blend. Souls will always blend. Through the storms that tear us down, skies of darkest blue, darkest blue. My bloody valentine, my love, it bleeds for you. My love, it bleeds for you.
Till death do we part, a vow so deep. My heart beats strong even in sleep. The blood within it pounds and roars, an echo true through distant shores. In the twilight we will stand tall, hand in hand through it all. The night can't dim the love we see, a bond that's pure eternally. Oh, till death and then beyond we'll fly. My love for you will never die. Through wind and storm and sky so blue, this echo sings, I'm bound to you. Through the shadows and through the light, we conquer every single fight. Our souls entwined, our spirits soar, a faithful love forevermore. Oh, till death and then beyond we'll fly. My love for you will never die. Through wind and storm and sky so blue, this echo sings, I'm bound to you. Through the shadows and through the light, we conquer every single fight. Our souls entwined, our spirits soar, a faithful love forevermore. Oh, till death together still. Our love remains unbroken will. Two hearts as one will face the tide. No force on earth will turn the tide.
So I'm using the resin that I've got left over, and I'm trying to get it to look like the blood is pumping out of the heart, and I want it to kind of drip. And I also put it into his eyes so it looks like he's crying blood. Because after all, this is my bloody Valentine, so um, want it to be all creepy looking, but also cute at the same time. My kind of cute. Um, so yeah, I dripped it down there, and I thought, oh, I'll just leave that. I didn't mean to put that bit there, but it worked out okay. And I checked to see if it was actually curing, because I couldn't tell if it was still moving or not. And I put this on the mat this time so that I can cover the bottom around his feet to make that more bloody looking. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, bloody looking. And I really like this, and I'm actually considering doing some more. I don't know what to do with them, but yeah, I like it. I mean, I could have made this resin myself by making using a bit of red and a bit of black ink or something like that, as long as it weren't too opaque. Although this is quite a deep colour, so it's good resin that they put in those little kits. And I'm gonna cover the rest of this heart with the resin, but I also want to make this look a bit more drippy. So I'll do it in one coat first, and I still have a ton left in this bottle. It's brilliant. So you can't see what I'm doing again, and I do apologise. I do try and remember to shift things. I need to do an X marks the spot. I keep saying that. I've said it several times in these videos. Do I remember? Nope. Because I'm a Dilbert. But yeah, I've almost got it now, covered with the red. So I'm just going to give it a quick cure and a bit of a clean up while I'm doing that. And I don't need it to be completely set, because I will use my big light. Big light. I sound like that comedian, Peter Kay. Put the big light on. So when it's done, I will set it properly. This is just to make sure it don't all shift around and move around when I'm doing whatever's next. So you can see it's really, really shiny, and it does look more like blood now, whereas it just looked like paint. So that effect's worked, and I'm hoping that you think this bit does too. I'm having to do this stood up because I want it to drip down, and then try and cure it as it's dripping. So you can see that's the first one. And again, I'm not going to set it properly. I just want to set it so it stops moving. And I'm going to put a few on, but I must be getting to the end of this bottle because I'm starting to get bubbles. Look at that, nice big blob. Blobby, blobby, blobby. Oh God, I think I'm whacked. I'm tapped in head. I get a thought and it has to come out my mouth. And I do one more, just to make sure it looks more drippy droopy. And I let this run, and then I put it down flat, because that makes more sense. And I try and run it a bit more with the tip of the dotting tool. So I'm going to finish off what I'm doing, and I'll put some pictures in. And I hope you liked it, and I shall see you again next time. Tomorrow, hopefully. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.
In a world of shadows, light does sing. Goth unicorn with a blackened wing. Happy she dances under moonlit nights, creating beauty, spurring on delight. Her hooves step softly to the softest bell.